Are there still or are there not cannibals in Papua New Guinea? In order to explore the deep jungles of the Earth's second biggest island, you need lots of time and resources. The easiest way, but still off the beaten path, is to travel to the isolated town of Wamena, on the river Baliem, in the Indonesian half of the island. Getting to Wamena is possible only by plane from Jayapura, where you can always find cozy hotels. Or maybe not so cozy. Airport means good old crowded Indonesian style, and plane means in most of the cases little propeller aircrafts, basically like a flying bus, but still more comfortable than the next vehicle you will be traveling with, the three-wheeled BECAK with one ManPower.
Go directly to the police station or maybe try the airport, have 2 photos and a lot of Indonesian words prepared, and be sure to mention the exact route you will be following, and they will issue your
SURAT JALAN.
Cash, bring cash. Nobody will change you dollars here. We tried at hotels, private person ATMs, we went at all the banks. Nothing. Almost nobody speaks English.
We are dying from hunger. Yes. We don't have any money. Yes. We don't have anything to pay the hotel with. Yes. Saya besar.
For a start, we joined Jörn, a very cool friend from Germany, for a day trip to the northern Baliem Valley. Kontilola Caves were the first on the list, and luckily you can hitchhike the few kilometers of tarred road outside Wamena. From the caves we want to go see the mummy of Wogi. The trek was an adventure itself. 2 Papuan kids took their roles as guides very seriously. Believe it or not, this 99% naked guy was working his fields dressed just like that. Wogi didn't meet our expectations at all. No cannibals and no mummy. In fact, everything is more modern than expected, excepting maybe the lack of electricity, roads, cell phone coverage, or people speaking any foreign language. The only chance for us to see a smoked corpse of a 300-year-old chieftain, nicknamed Mummy, and used as a source of income for the locals, was the village of Jiwika. It's a rip-off. Next day, the big adventure begins. This time we leave Wamena by Bimo. The southern Baliem Valley is the ultimate place to do treks from 2 days to 2 weeks to visit remote villages of the Dani and Yeli tribes, farther and farther away from the civilized world.
Go.
50 years ago, many Dani were still living in Stone Age conditions and even practicing cannibalism. Wamena is isolated from the rest of the island, and outside the town the road ends for good at Kurima, from where you are free to choose your route to walk farther. It can be very costly if you will hire a guide/cook/porter, beginning from $100 for a day, but don't let yourself be talked into it. Hard, but you can manage to get along by yourself. Carry some food, a good map or navigation app, and for God's sake, learn some Indonesian words. Without them, you are dead.
I don't think everybody's running around naked because of the heat, but because it rains so often and so sudden that the clothes would be wet all the time.
Jörn joins us just for a few hours. Then he returns to Wamena. We decided to stay overnight in the village of Hitugi, far enough from civilization. Our host is a 13-year-old boy, Andy, whose parents are gone in a big city for work. The toilet looks very inviting, the shower is 100% natural, and the kitchen is a hut with hay on the floor with a hole where the fire burns.
Are you a vegetarian? Good for you, because sweet potatoes is everything you will get here. If you want meat, you can get a very expensive pig, but be prepared to kill it with bows and arrows, as that's the way they sacrifice the pigs around here.
Andi, berapa banyak tahun?
Yang babi ini saya
Kamu?
13.
13?
Ya.
My second
Yeah.
name is Robin Hood.
Si ibu itu. Lepas. Begini.
Lebih kamu. Oh, terima kasih. Bagus.
The next day, Andy and his friend want to be our guides upriver to Yoarima, the most remote place we will be. We are in 800-meter height, that's why we are not in a tropical jungle. So much different than expected. As farther you go from Wamena, the less traces of civilization you will see. If you can afford the thousands of dollars for a 4-week expedition, you can even find tribes that live in tree houses, having very little contact with the outside world.
So, lucky us, in the area around Wamena there are no more cannibals. But the traditional way of life is still present, and this is a perfect place to escape modern world. And this is a perfect place to escape the rain. Are you sure you can swim?
It's about time to get back to Wamena. Some of you would have died all those days without phone, electricity, eating only sweet potatoes, drinking boiled water from the river and sleeping on the floor with mice visiting during the night. Right away to our next adventure. Let us introduce Alex to you all.
I'm between two Alexes, yeah? Alex and Alexandra, yeah? In the Cartoon Network BMO.
Near Wamena you can also find well-preserved traditional villages. Cruel and unique, the members of the Dani tribe cut off their fingers as a way of displaying their grief at the deaths of relatives.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Ya.
Bottom line, in Papua there's all about
Koteka?
Ya.
Oh, and what's that?
This is water bottle.
Bottle?
Yeah.
Water bottle.
Wow.
Okay.
Kotega.
Try one on.
Look, there are some cockroaches inside.
There's one cockroach literally just went into that one.
It's for more pleasure, you know? It's tingling. Here you can find men sweet Koteka. And they're doing something bad.
what better place could we find for the end of our Papuan journey than the Sunday market in Wamena.
It's very chilly. You will die. I will be a widow. I will be a manly widow.
Bosan dia bilang.
And now you are able to carry heavy whites.
Oh my! Lots of locals have their mouth colored in bloody red. But even so, they are not cannibals. It's from chewing the cancer-causing betel nut. So, are there still cannibals hidden in the dark jungle of Papua New Guinea? Maybe. But are you sure you want to meet them?